bum, 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 ba, bum, bum. I don't know why I wanted to stretch now. I've been awake for a while. But good morning and happy Friday, and welcome to whatever the fuck this is. It's a beautiful day outside. The temperature is a balmy 50 degrees and sunny in downtown Peevely, Missouri. I hope you guys are having a great day. It's Friday. That means something to most people out there because it's the last day of the week that you'll be forced to work a job that you hate. And you're probably not even doing properly because you're watching this on Facebook. Bum, 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 bum. At any rate, I just kind of wanted to come on here and ramble a bit, man. You know, I was going through the news, or at least what Facebook determines is news, and I was a little tripped out, you know. I was reading about Kanye West. And, you know, Kanye West has always been a dude who's like saying crazy shit, doing crazy shit. Kanye is fucking crazy. All right. We should all be kind of used to that shit by now. What's weird to me is that for the last couple days, the media has been following Kanye around. As you know, Adidas ditched him, which was weird idea to me, considering that Adidas was literally like, I don't know, you know, like I'm not saying people can't change their ways, but we're talking about a shoe company that worked for Nazi Germany. So they decided to drop Yeezys and say they ain't working with Kanye anymore. And, you know, anti-Semitism is bad. Now, there's a couple things I struggle with here because I did see the one tweet where he said something about DEFCON 3. You know, I'm not going to say the full thing because I feel like Facebook might actually ban me for repeating what he said because we're being that sensitive about it. I don't know what exactly he meant by DEFCON 3 on anybody or DEFCON 3 or whatever, but Twitter has banned him. Okay, this was before Elon took over though, because Elon has recently purchased Twitter, $44 billion. Good morning, Dre. Thanks for watching, bud. I hope you're having a great day. We're talking about Yeezy and his weird shit and the weird shit around him. So at any rate, Adidas drops them. Twitter drops them. Twitter dropped them first. Thanks, Dre. I appreciate that. So the media has been following him around and sort of watching his every move. Now, I seen a story in the news this morning that he got kicked out of the Skechers building. Skechers. I guess he's going around and pitching his shoes to other companies to say fuck Adidas, right? Which is a pretty easy move, you know? And I'm just wondering why the fuck we know about this. Like, there's so many things that we should know about in the media. Like, you know, I don't know who Jelaine and fucking Jeff's customers were. Like, what a weird precedent we're setting here. Okay, because like I'm going to say that anti anything person wise is bad. So like anti-Semitism, anti-Muslim, racism, all of this shit is bad. We know this as humanity, as a whole, okay? But it's weird to me that anti-Semitism takes a higher rank in the public eye than fucking kids. I mean, that's the vibe we're throwing, isn't it? I mean, I don't think that it's the vibe that we're throwing, like as people, but I think it's the vibe that the media is throwing. And I just kind of wanted to point that out because the media could apply pressure and ask questions, but the media is ran by a group of people who don't want to talk about Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. They don't want to talk about them guys. They don't want to talk about important things like what the fuck happened at the Las Vegas shooting. You know, like they don't want to talk about things like, just anything that makes a fucking difference, anything that's real anymore. Like, am I the only person that thinks that the media is just like at this point, it's 100% in mind control mode and they are doing everything they can to get you to look at anything that they can except for the big picture? I mean, I don't want to drag on about this shit for too long, but it's annoying me. You know, I go and I look at what Facebook determines I need for news. And, you know, whenever I look at it, here, good morning, Brock. It's Friday, October 28th. It's 46 degrees. That's a goddamn lie. It's 50. Fucking Facebook. Anyway, Katy Perry addresses concerns. I don't give a fuck about Katy Perry. Elon Musk completes $44 billion deal to own Twitter. Okay, that's kind of a good read. What's going to happen? Is anything going to change? I fucking highly doubt it. Okay, because like you're going to get a good look at it. Because unless Elon Musk actually goes on there and stops the bots that he claims control Twitter and changes it from a left-wing controlled media source. And that's what these things are these days, man. We're all getting our news and our fucking shit from memes, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, fucking, you know, whatever your flavor of the week is. TikTok, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, man. People will be like, well, you can learn shit from TikTok. You can learn shit from YouTube too. You know, like there's all kinds of media sources out there, and a lot of them have gotten really biased. Nancy Pelosi's husband was violently assaulted during a home invasion. What? This is the first I've read of this. An assailant who broke into their home You know, I feel like this is almost like I don't know. I don't believe it. I believe that Paul and Nancy set some shit up because the elections are coming and the fucking Democrats are doing terrible. So I mean, I don't know. Sounds like bullshit to me. Oh, it's that dangerous fucking it's that dangerous anybody who doesn't support the mainstream agenda people, I'm sure. Watch for that, because they're going to definitely paint a crazy person out to be the entire opposite side of the fence than Democrats, because we have seen that happen. We've seen the president say, call anybody who supports Donald Trump an extremist, which is ridiculous to me. Just the shit we're seeing these days, man. Like, how can you not understand that this is entirely propaganda? Like everything that you're reading on here. You know, I turn on my TV. What do I see? Fucking pharmaceutical ads. I'm watching a hockey game last night, and there's a pharmaceutical ad for like HIV medication. And I'm thinking to myself, why, first of all, like, I don't know who's in charge of demographic advertising at this pharmaceutical company, but I wouldn't think that a hockey game would be, I don't know, your best demographic for like a homosexual subject base, which the commercial was clearly homosexual subject based. It wasn't, I'm not saying that because I'm not saying HIV is homosexual subject based. I'm saying that because that's what the commercial was showing. Okay. And I'm watching it and I'm thinking, wow, like this is the equivalent of a tampon commercial on hockey night. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's tons of gay people loving hockey. Am I wrong about this? I don't think that I am. I just don't think. I just don't think I am. Okay. Anyway, back to that. Miami Beach. This is what Facebook thinks I need for news. Biden and Trump. Like, the media definitely won't let Trump go away. Pennsylvania proxy war. I'm not reading about that. St. Louis school shooter has rifle taken away days before attack. Man, lots of read there, you know? That's some shit I probably want to read about, but at this point, though police did not take away the gun, someone connected to the shooter's family did. Police are now investigating how the shooter got the gun back. Why? He got the gun back. He went and got the gun back. Doesn't fucking matter if someone gave it to him. Why are you investigating it? I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. Seems irrelevant to me. Are you looking for someone to blame? Fuck, man. Blame the shooter. The shooter went and got the gun back. Tricked someone, convinced someone that they were fine. You know, fucking whatever. I don't like this. Doesn't make, they're now investigating how to shooter. Stop it. The shooter's mother called police on October 15th after she found the gun, saying she wanted it removed. The cops, who are being hailed as heroes for stopping the deal, are also now being put in the spotlight by Axios for not taking the firearm. This article already feels to me like it's driven to press red flag laws. Like, I don't know, it's early in the thing, but that's already the vibe that I'm getting. That's like, oh, well, someone called and told police, like, we don't need red flag laws, but I mean, like, maybe, I don't I don't even, man, such a tough subject because nobody wants anyone to get hurt, man. But, for every guy that's like this, there's 10 people who aren't, and they could get easily fucked up by these laws if an ex-girlfriend or a family member gets pissed off at them and just says some crazy shit. So, it's a weird subject to try to tackle, especially when it's local, because my heart goes out to the people who lost loved ones, but the whole thing feels weird to me. A third party who knew the family was contacted and took the gun away. The shooter, Orlando Harris, then got the gun back. They're investigating how the suspect came into possession of the firearm. I mean, that'd be something good to look at. Trace the firearm, see where it come from. I mean, I don't know, take the data. Wall said the family was doing everything they could to get the suspect the help that he needed, and that this tragic incident occurred despite their best efforts. The shooter on Monday fatally shot a 61-year-old physical education teacher and a 16-year-old. 7 students were wounded in the attack. That's part of the thing that seems super weird to me, man. Like, I've heard a lot of stories about this, and, it's, I don't know, it's hard to take anybody's accounts for. I've heard rumors of a second shooter, which really doesn't align with the idea of only 2 people being wounded and 7 people being wounded and 2 people being deceased. Okay. If there's 2 shooters, they for sure, injure or kill more people than 2. Okay. Like, let's be realistic here. There's a lot of questions I have. Like, I know that he broke through a window and when that's what the story is. But why was he on the 3rd floor? Like, how did he get to the 3rd floor? It only wound that many people. I've heard lots of different conflicting stories. He was in there for 4 minutes before the cops got there. I don't know. It's just a lot. He had AR-15 style weapons, 600 rounds of ammo, a handwritten note from the suspect, which is weird. I don't know, man. The whole thing is weird. So these are the things that I'm thinking about on a Friday. All right. Cause I'm reading about on a Friday, I don't necessarily want to read about these things, but these are what Facebook tell me is news. I don't care about an emergency meeting ahead of the Jake Paul fight. I just don't. This is what Facebook says is news. FDA official said agency is looking into marijuana scheduling. What the fuck is looking into? Like, oh, here, look, we're looking into it. Thanks. At this point, do you need to fucking look into it? Just go out there and deschedule this shit. Okay. Yeah. We seen Pelosi's husband was violently assaulted. This video of a drone airdropping an armed robot dog is the stuff of dystopian nightmares. Fucking Christ. Skynet. Here's Skynet doing Skynet shit. Officials say missing woman was devoured by a huge snake. That's Biden's top aide is admonished for violating the Hatch Act. Oh, Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. That's a fucking fixed fight. If you bet on it, you're an idiot. What's next? Serial killer, Megan Fox, House Democrats. I don't know, man. This is what the algorithms feed me. Miami Beach, evacuated. 8 found dead after Tulsa suburb house fire. Homicide feared. They're found dead with gunshot wounds. Yeah, homicide was definitely involved. Mexican police say drug lord killed 20 townspeople. Fucked up. Another potential human body discovered in Lake Mead's receding water. Surprise, surprise. New Uvalde. Oh, my God. Footage fuels anger. Well, I'll give it to St. Louis police. They definitely went up in the building and doing Uvalde bullshit. I appreciate that. Mark Zuckerberg's pipe dream. I guess they're talking about the Meta. Months-long drug investigation. That's money spent terribly. Ben Askren reveals Jake Paul installed a clause that prevented him from using MMA moves in their boxing match. That's not a surprise. It's a boxing match. There's golf, double homicide. I don't know, man. I'm trying to be like the fucking whatever, but, there's so much not ending up with the story, and I'm praying for the family. Stephanie, you're right. What up there, crazy STL? Hope everybody's having a good day. There's a lot that's not adding up. As soon as I go into these things, I get yelled at about being a conspiracy theorist, man. But my first assumption was that the kid was probably on SSRIs. These weird ass pills that it seems like all these mass shooters seem to be on, City police did an outstanding job at responding to it. I'll give them that. It's not that I'm not a fan of the police guys either. So like, I'm just a fan of a different way of policing. I think this is what police are for. Like, this is what we need police for. Somebody starts shooting up, doing some crazy shit. The police go there and they fucking eliminate the threat, keep us safe, protect and serve. That's what the fuck they do. But on the flip side, I also think that 95% of the policing that we do incorrectly. We do it an incredible burden to the taxpayer, who is also extorted by those laws and those officers for more of their hard-earned money. And, if anybody ever wants me to explain more about that, feel free to ask me and I'll explain it to you. Okay. Because, everybody gets an opinion, right? I just think we're doing it wrong. I'm more of a fan of like the Wild West style. We don't really do anything until something happens. Like, we don't need to always try to prevent things, because what's going to happen is you're going to turn a lot of people into the things you're trying to prevent by putting pressure on them, watching them, sort of pushing them towards that. But at any rate, I don't want to drag on about that. Good job for ceasing the threat in that particular incident. But, it's scary, because if this public shooter shit pops off, and let's say that you're armed and you're out there and you pop a shot at these guys, you could get in some big trouble, man. Like, the cops could show up and kill you potentially. We've seen that happen in Colorado, man. Good morning there. How you doing today, TJ? Hope you're doing well. At any rate, I know you guys are sick of hearing about my driveway, but the driveway's done. We will be driving on it this time next week. 7 days of curing for the driveway to be hardened for me to drive on it. I'm going to get off of here. I said there was going to be waking and baking. I am going to wake and bake, but I'm going to do it off camera. I can't hear anymore. Brenda, turn your phone up or back out, come back in. Everyone else can hear, I think, right? You guys can hear? Tell us about the road pirates. The road pirates, man. They're real and they're out there. And they're looking to jack your revenue if you go, 10 miles an hour over the posted speed limit, even though you didn't hurt anyone, even though you didn't injure anyone. Now, I know there's potential. You could hurt someone. That's why they're out there. Public safety. Nah. It's not about public safety. It's about public extortion. Okay? Make sure you kiss the ring. Make sure you pay your dues. Get your plates registered. Because, if you don't, we're going to get you. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to charge you more money that you probably didn't have in the first place. Because if you had the money, you probably would have just got your shit registered, or you're an asshole. Either way, doesn't seem like something that should be entirely against the wall. And with all the shit going on right now, I don't want the cops wasting a motherfucking minute of my time on traffic stops. I just don't. I know some people argue, traffic stops is how they stop criminals. No, it's not. It's how you turn regular people into criminals. And I'll give you an example if you want one. Like, let's say Joe Blow is driving down the street. And Joe Blow is a freedom-loving American who happens to carry a concealed weapon on himself, which is perfectly legal in the state of Missouri. Joe Blow is also a marijuana user, which isn't that big of a deal. Joe's on his way to a party, so he's got a couple of joints in his pocket. He gets pulled over. An investigation for speeding. An investigation persists, which I know you say, well, there's no investigation, but yes, there is. That innocent question they ask you, where if you have anything in the car they should know about, any tanks, bombs, grenades, tomahawk fighters, or whatever, where they're making the light jokes, those are investigations. When you roll down your window, they are smelling and taking in your environment because they're looking for signs of intoxicated driving and drug use. Or, dangerous weapons and things that could harm them. So next thing that happens is you smell like a little bit of weed. Joe Bob gets pulled out of his car. He's now in possession of a federally illegal drug, a Schedule 1 product. And he's also in possession of a firearm, which he hasn't misused, which he hasn't used to hurt anybody or affect anyone's life in a negative manner. But now, since the road pirates have pulled him over, they're not only going to give him a ticket for whatever they pulled him over for, but they could also give him additional charges. Charges as serious as drug possession with intent to distribute because of possession of a firearm and drugs, because now the drugs are being protected by the gun that he was carrying to protect himself. The drugs were just a byproduct, but now he's pulled over. I mean, I know that that's a stretch. I know that I feel like most officers in this day and age would probably not want to ruin someone's life like that. But we all kind of know some of the personality types that are involved in that sort of job and employment. And it could ruin your life. That easy. I believe the police should be responsive to violent crimes. I believe that they should do patrols to let people know that they're there. And outside of that, do police shit. Find rapists, murderers, violent criminals, things like that, Track down people's stolen shits. Test rape kits. Find rapists. Things, productive shit. That's just my thing. I love the idea of police. And I know that everybody that I know who was a police officer got to be a police officer with the right mindset. They wanted to help the community. It's just somewhere along the way, man. It's not them who gets to pick how they do their job. They have job titles. But a lot of their jobs, depending on where they're at, is to write fucking tickets. Play counselor to domestic disputes and bullshit. It jobs where I don't know how anybody does it. The job wears on you. I would want to do that job. Would you? I wouldn't. It's, I don't envy you, man. That job sucks. They underpay you. Your life's on the line in some minutes. And then, the next minute you're fucking dealing with some stupid junkie outside the grocery store that's so relaxed he could suck his own dick, but he's too passed out from the fentanyl to notice. Yeah, I could see how the job would wear on you. Also, you got bureaucrats telling you how to do your job. You got assholes like me that, think they know what your job's like. I think I got a pretty good idea of it. I can understand why you don't like it, 80 police coming to your house will ruin your life. It's bullshit, but it will ruin your life. That shit could ruin your life, Gary. Oh, yeah, I totally remember when the police played Russian roulette here in the St. Louis area, and allegedly two people. First of all, Russian roulette is never played with two people, really. Not anyone pointing the gun at the other person. That's not how that shit goes down, but I haven't heard shit about that. That guy's out on house arrest right now. Yeah. Killed someone. Stone cold. Yeah, man. So that's where I'm at. I'm not ragging on. I love the fact that you want to protect and serve. I just think that your job's being done wrong. And I don't think that it's entirely by your choice. I do think that you have the ability to say, this isn't what I signed up for, and you leave. And we see that going on across the country. And people are like, oh my God, people just don't want to be the cop no more because it's such a pain in the ass. You can't just beat the shit out of people anymore. Wah. Well, nah, man, maybe people are catching on to the idea that they don't want to be like corporate fucking bill collectors. They don't want to be corporate henchmen, which basically is what they've become. Responsive cleanup crews of corporate henchmen. I wouldn't want to do that shit. Now, if you wanted me to chase bad guys and do some fucking real law enforcement, like, I'm in. I've shown the community that I'm in. I don't like thieves. I don't like pieces of shit fucking us over. I don't like none of that shit. I'm down to work together to stop it. But it's kind of sucky when you don't have the backup that you need from the authorities that are supposed to be there, So, and I could explain that too. I just keep rambling. I said I was going to go, but, having ran the Only Lime page for a few years, man, we've become known for our crime fighting abilities. And, stolen shit is a regular occurrence, and it's very hard to get police cooperation on a lot of these stolen things. Even when we track down who has them, who's in possession of them, and who stole them, it doesn't matter. They basically tell me that they have to confess, or it's just receiving stolen property. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Then charge them with receiving stolen property. Do your job, man. Let's make this guy's shit a hassle. And if we hassle them every goddamn time they commit a crime, maybe we can slow them down from doing some crimes. I know they only keep them and release them the next day. That's fine, but he's off the streets for a day. And maybe we should be outside of Clayton waiting for him with some sticks. We can just stare at him with the idea of everybody knows what the fuck the sticks are for. Guy gets out of jail. He sees the sticks. He says, fuck. They're on to me. Someone's got to do this kind of shit, man. And we're all just victims at this point. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm not a victim. You want to be a victim? Nah, I don't think you do. Whoa, I did take a couple puffs of a joint earlier, and I'll tell you what that shit did to me. It made me hungry as fuck. I'm so hungry. Okay? I'm hungry as a motherfucker, and I'm trying not to eat a bunch of terrible shit. I got some rice cakes over here, but is that even any good for you? I don't even know. It's like puffed rice. At any rate, this time for real, I'm getting off here. I'm going to put a little fire on this. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to make a temporary step to, I got a fucking hair growing out of my face or something. I keep catching a glimpse of it in my eye. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm not like freaking out. I'm just trying to, when you get older, hair just starts growing from weird fucking places. I get a hair that grows like right here every once in a while. And it like sticks out. I like to bitch about it. Like, it's fucking hair. But you know what? I'm glad that I lived long enough to grow hair in weird places. Okay. I'm grateful as fuck to the universe for everything that I got and for the fact that I'm even still here. So whenever you see me posting on Facebook, this is never me bragging. This is me sharing my happiness with you. Okay. I'm sharing a conversation with you now. I'm sharing my happiness with you when I post, and I'm sharing my questions with you when I ask questions. So at any rate, I want you guys to have a great day. Go out there and be the change you want to see, people. The only person you're in control of is yourself. And the only thing you can do is react to your surroundings and situations. So try to react accordingly, try to react kindly, and try to react intelligently, because intelligence is better than emotions. I'll tell you that. Let your intelligence rule your life, not your emotions, or pick your moves. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make any sense, but toodaloo either way. I hope you have a great day. Later.